After more than a decade, Penang is finally about to get its own LRT line. Construction on Penang's Mutiara LRT line began in early 2026, after a decade since the line was unveiled in 2015. Now, this is not something new. The Ampang and Sri Petaling lines, for example, was first unveiled in the 1981 Transport Master Plan, and it wasn't until 1992 when construction began. Penang's Mutiara line will be the first LRT line that's located outside of the Klang Valley in Malaysia. It consists of 22 stations, stretching for nearly 30 kilometers. It will have two branches, one towards Komtar in Georgetown, and one towards Penang Central on the mainland, via a 6-kilometer viaduct crossing the Penang Strait. Penang Central will be a connecting station to KTM commuter and ETS, while Komtar will be an interchange with future lines. I'll get back to this later. MalayMail will be the Chansal Lin station for this line, being the start of when the line splits into the aforementioned two branches. The journey from Pematang Damai Laut in the south to either Komtar or Penang Central will take around 50 minutes. The trains will be fully automated and be able to accommodate 10,910 passengers per hour per direction. Most of the elevated stations will be built using the island platform model, making it easier for passengers to transfer between the trains. This is what an island platform looks like. If you miss your station, you can just walk to the other side of the platform to take the train back to your station, instead of going down and upstairs again to get to your platform. The planned opening for this line will be in 2031. Now, the development of this line since its unveiling is kind of interesting. The line, as mentioned earlier, was first unveiled in 2015, known then as the Bayan Lepas LRT, and it's part of Penang's Transport Master Plan, PTMP. The plan, which was unveiled in the same year, includes highways and public transport projects such as a BRT and monorail line for Seberang Perai, a straight crossing cable car for some reason, and for the island, Tanjung Tokong monorail line, Air Itam monorail, reviving a tram service within Georgetown's UNESCO heritage site, and of course, the Bayan Lepas LRT. All of these lines on the island were supposed to be connected at Komtar. The original estimated cost for these projects were around 27 billion ringgit. SRS Consortium and two Penang-based companies will be the project delivery partner for the PTMP. Now, the problem is that the state government didn't have the funds to fund this project, and the federal government at the time denied the request from the state government for funding of the project. So, to fund the PTMP, the state government decided to give land reclamation rights to the project delivery partners, originally around Gazubo Island, in the Penang Strait. However, it was later moved to the southern part of Penang due to ecological concerns. This project is known as the Penang South Reclamation Project, and will consist of 3 islands. It will be fully funded by SRS Consortium, and it will be the majority shareholder of the project. Once the island was built, the state government will sell the land on the island for an estimated revenue of 70 billion ringgit, which will be enough to fund the PTMP. However, the project received heavy criticism, especially from local fishermen, and in 2021, the Department of Environment revoked the environmental impact assessment for the project. In other words, the project can't continue unless a new EIA is submitted and approved. And without the Penang South Reclamation Project, the state government can't fund the PTMP. Furthermore, despite receiving conditional approval by the new federal government in 2019, and the LRT project gained around 98% public support, funding still became a contentious issue. And the 2020-2022 political crisis didn't help the project. After the formation of the unity government, following the 2022 general election, the federal government now agrees to fund the PSR project. However, it was scaled back to just one island instead of 3, and is now renamed as Silicon Island. Reclamation work started in September 2023. The federal government also took over the Bayan Lepas LRT project from the state government. It was renamed to the Mutiara LRT line, and several adjustments were made, such as extending the line all the way to Seberang Perai. MRT Corp will be the developer and asset owner, while SRS Consortium is granted the contract for engineering works. The groundbreaking ceremony was held in January 2025, and hopefully the line will be built and opened as scheduled in 2031.